What hurts more? A man who says, "I love you," but doesn't show it, or a man who never says it, yet you feel it in everything he does? The truth is, many men don't express love with words. They show it through quiet actions, small efforts, and presence. For some, saying, "I love you" feels too vulnerable, almost like risking everything. So if he's not saying it, don't rush to doubt him. Learn to see what he's been showing you all along. Sign 1, he shows up consistently. It's easy to be there when everything feels good, when the conversations are light, when the connection is exciting, when nothing is being asked of him. But love doesn't live in those easy moments. Love shows up in the ordinary days, the busy days, the days when he could have chosen something else, but still chooses you. Watch him closely. Does he check in on you, even when he's tired? Does he make time for you, even when life gets heavy? Is his presence steady, or does it come and go depending on his mood? Because a man who genuinely loves you doesn't just appear when it's convenient. He becomes consistent, predictable in the best way, safe. You don't have to guess where you stand with him. You don't feel that anxious silence wondering when he'll come back, because he never really leaves. And that's the quiet truth most people miss. Consistency is not boring. Consistency is emotional security. Psychologically, when a man keeps showing up for you over and over again, it means you're not just an option in his life. You're a priority his mind keeps returning to. He may not say, "I love you," but every time he shows up, again and again and again, that's exactly what he's proving. Sign 2, he listens and remembers the small things. Anyone can hear you, but very few people truly listen. Pay attention to how he reacts when you speak. Does he just nod, or does he absorb what you're saying? Because when a man genuinely loves you, your words don't just pass through him, they stay. You'll notice it in the smallest ways. He remembers things you forgot you even said. Your favorite drink, that random story you told weeks ago. The way your mood shifts when something is wrong, even when you try to hide it. And it's not forced. He doesn't do it to impress you. It just happens. Because in his mind, you matter. There's something deeply emotional about being remembered. It makes you feel seen, like you exist beyond the moment. Psychologically, we only store details about people who are important to us. The brain filters everything, but it holds on to what it values. So when he remembers the little things, it's not random. It's a quiet signal that you're living in his thoughts, even when you're not around. He may not say, "I love you," but the way he listens and remembers, that's his heart speaking in a language words can't match. Sign 3, he protects you, emotionally, not just physically. Most people think protection means strength, control, or being physically present. But real love shows up in a much quieter way. Watch how he treats your feelings. Does he speak carelessly, or does he choose his words with intention? Because a man who truly loves you becomes aware of your heart. He doesn't want to confuse you. He doesn't want to hurt you. And when he realizes he did, it affects him. He pays attention to what triggers you. He avoids crossing lines that would break your trust. Not because he has to, but because to him your emotional safety matters. And that's the difference. Control tries to limit you. Love tries to protect your peace. Psychologically, when a man is emotionally attached, he develops a natural instinct to guard what he values. Not out of fear, but out of care. So he may not stand there and say, "I love you," but in the way he handles your emotions, in the way he tries not to hurt you, he's quietly saying, "Your heart is safe with me." Sign 4, he includes you in his future without saying it. Listen carefully, not to what he says about today, but how he speaks about tomorrow. Because a man who genuinely loves you doesn't always confess it. He starts planning with you in his life, It shows up in small, almost casual ways. He says we without thinking. He talks about places he wants to go, with you there, months ahead, and somehow you're already part of it. He's not making grand promises. He's not trying to impress you. It just feels natural to him, like you belong in his world. And that's what makes it powerful, because people don't build a future around someone they're unsure about. Psychologically, the mind only creates long-term space for what feels secure and meaningful. So when he starts placing you in his future, it means you're no longer temporary in his eyes. He may never sit you down and say, "I love you." But the way he keeps including you in what's ahead, that's his heart quietly deciding. You're someone he doesn't want to lose. Sign 5. He opens up, even if it's hard. Not all men are used to talking about their feelings. In fact, many spend years learning how to hide them. So when a man starts opening up to you, even a little, it means something deeper is happening. Pay attention to those moments. When he tells you about his stress, his fears, the things he doesn't show the world, he may not say it perfectly. He may struggle to find the right words. Sometimes he might even pull back after sharing too much. But the fact that he lets you see that side of him, that unfiltered, unguarded version, that's not something he gives to just anyone. Because vulnerability, for many men, feels like risk, like stepping out without armor. Psychologically, a man only allows that when he feels safe. When he trusts you enough to hold parts of him, he usually protects. So no, he may not say, "I love you," but when he opens his world to you, flaws, fears, and all, that's his way of saying, "You matter enough for me to be real." Sign 6. He tries to make your life easier. Not every man expresses love with words. Some express it through effort, through action, through the quiet ways they try to ease your world. Watch what he does when you're stressed, when you're overwhelmed, when life feels heavy on your shoulders. Does he step in without being asked? Does he try to fix what he can, or support you in ways that make things lighter? It might not look romantic on the surface. No big speeches, no dramatic gestures, but he notices what's hard for you, and he tries to carry some of that weight. He solves problems. He helps in small, practical ways. He shows up not just emotionally, but with effort you can actually feel. And that's where many people misunderstand love. Because for some men, love isn't something they say. It's something they do. Psychologically, this comes from a deep instinct to provide and protect, to be useful in your life, to make things better for you. So he may never look you in the eyes and say, "I love you," but every time he tries to make your life easier, he's quietly saying, "Your happiness matters to me." Sign 7. He stays, even when things get difficult. It's easy to love someone when everything feels right, when there are no conflicts, no misunderstandings, no pressure. But real love is not tested in easy moments. It's revealed in the hard ones. Watch what he does when things go wrong, when you argue, when emotions get heavy, when it would be easier for him to walk away or disappear. Does he shut down and leave? Or does he stay, even if he doesn't know exactly how to fix it? Because a man who genuinely loves you doesn't run from discomfort. He may need space sometimes. He may struggle to express himself, but he doesn't give up on you. He comes back. He tries again. He chooses to work through things instead of escaping them. And that choice, that decision to stay when it's no longer easy, that's where love becomes real. Psychologically, staying through difficulty shows deep emotional attachment. It means the connection matters more than the discomfort. So no, he may not always say, "I love you." But when life gets messy and he's still there, that's not confusion. That's not convenience. That's someone who truly doesn't want to lose you. The twist, the sign most people misunderstand. Here's the part most people miss. Sometimes he loves you deeply, but doesn't know how to show it. His silence isn't always absence. His quiet moments aren't always disinterest. Some men feel love so intensely that words feel inadequate. He may struggle to speak it. He may struggle to act perfectly, but that doesn't mean the feeling isn't there. It's just trapped behind fear, habit, or the weight of vulnerability. The twist is simple, but powerful. Not every "I love you" needs to be said out loud. Sometimes, love is lived in the little things, in the steady presence, in the quiet devotion. If you've been watching carefully, you'll notice it. Even when he never says the words, his heart has already spoken. These signs matter, but only when they're consistent and genuine. One or two actions alone don't always mean love. Effort must be steady, and respect must be real. Remember, love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, steady, and easy to miss if you're not paying attention. So ask yourself, are you watching for words, or are you noticing what he's actually showing you? Which of these signs have you noticed in someone you care about? Comment below. Your story might help someone else finally see what's been there all along.